Right, hey guys, how are we doing? Back on another video from Clyde, and today we're going to be checking out how to beat Yhwach, Yhwach, that's his name, isn't it? The right way, so not like some weird convoluted like weapon out of nowhere, save the world kind of scenario. I imagine it's going to go into a quite legit reasoning as to how you could actually defeat Yhwach, which is going to be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to this, and I'm really looking forward to 1,000 Year Blood Warlock. But yeah, let's get into this. What a time to be alive!
How to beat Yhwach.
Yhwach, there we go.
Is undeniably one of the most overpowered villains in Shonen Jump magazine.
Yep.
He's so overpowered that once the War of the Bleach
Ridiculous.
was nearing its end, the author had Yhwach snap his fingers and remove his strongest teammate that would have helped his side win,
Yeah, man.
alongside taking away the majority of the powers he had shared with his other Quincy. The
So,
author of Bleach,
over the top.
Kubo, or Mr. Kubo as I like to refer to him so I don't get flack in the comments for saying his name incorrectly,
Mhm.
was pretty much like, yeah, the Shinigami ain't winning with Yhwach, and the miracle around, let's just,
Get rid of that.
So anyway,
Wow.
Yhwach is seriously strong. So strong that even describing him with the word strong is an understatement.
Definitely,
itself.
Jesus
He
Christ.
can bestow characters with powers that those themselves are ridiculous. Like, for example, he gave Remy the ability to imagine anything in battle. He gave Lilibara the power of being able to instantly shoot through anything.
Which is
Ability,
just so
complete control over light
ridiculous.
itself.
Light power,
And
yeah.
Gerard Valkyrie, the miracle, having the power of, well, miracles. Regardless of the
Every time you kill him, he just comes back stronger.
A miracle. He's pretty much unkillable, and
Yeah.
it's ridiculous in the story. Bro, even Kenpachi in
It's
Bankai.
Bankai, yeah.
that motherfucker did.
Yeah.
If Yhwach wants to, he can at any time use the Australian light to take these powers back, along with absorbing
Which he
the
does.
Shinigami that hollows into himself. Yhwach's main powers are pretty much bows, seals, defensive shields, incredible physical strength and stamina, scaling to characters like Lilibaro, Aizen, and Dongai Ichigo, who all have the ability to teleport or
Yeah,
react to teleport.
they are so fast.
Speeds. Teleporting in Bleach also isn't a big deal, as Aizen and Gin can easily do this with Kido and without incantation. So obviously the Hogyoku teleportation and Lilibaro's teleportation would be far superior than just baseline capital level Kido. Yhwach is so powerful that he can say, "Yo, I give myself power," and return his power to himself. And
That's
remove by a character that
brilliant.
has the ability to do so. Like when he fought Ichigo,
Yeah.
who has the authority over the concept
The
of
names,
words and
yeah.
the color black. He himself is insanely overpowered. Yhwach was also hit by an attack from Ichibe that pretty much works like a Yu-Gi-Oh card where if you get hit by it, it knocks you back a certain distance, no argument. Yhwach combats this by summoning a bow mid-air and blasting it into his own back to stop his momentum,
Which is
meaning his
just-
own arrows surpass this concept.
Wow.
High-tier characters at this point in the story, like
Aizen.
with a single glance, can wipe out beings like the Cleaner, which doesn't even operate via the laws of physics, but that of reason. If you understand how strong that truly is compared to, say, blowing something up with a big explosion, you'd know characters like Yhwach and Aizen are ridiculous at this stage. Yhwach is also so strong that with his Quincy Bankai stealing pendant thing, he can steal the Bankai of someone like Yamamoto.
Which is
He
so
explicitly
ridiculous.
says
He's
the
so
only one
high
that
tier.
would have been able to do that. Yhwach fuses himself with the Mimihagi, the Soul King, and then steals Ichigo's powers directly from him, amping him to a level where Ukiura, who couldn't get Ichigo to give up, even in the face of an absolutely unwinnable battle. Yhwach has Ichigo, post-Ishin backstory conversation, post-Soul Palace training, mentally stable. He has him looking like this.
It's over.
Along with being that powerful, he can at any point pick a timeline he sees with the power of the Almighty,
And then use
just
that.
be like, "Alright, Jarvis, alright, yeah, I win in that reality, let's go with that one."
Yeah.
Yhwach even claims he can imagine realities where he has died. Which, if you want to scale that, if Yhwach was fighting Yhwach, he is so strong that he can defeat a being like himself after fusing with the Soul King Mimihagi and stealing powers from others. He's pretty much saying with his future-altering ability that anything is possible.
Yeah.
He also snapped
He
Ichigo's
really
Bankai
is.
in half with a mere thought. Even if you were hypothetically faster than Yhwach...
It really was ridiculous how they managed to actually beat this guy.
Also, even if Yhwach is beaten, he can arguably regenerate from any fatal damage, or heal himself with his voice, and return to the future. There's also the argument that Yhwach has access to every shrift that he bestowed to the Quincy's once he takes them back with the Australian light, which essentially means at any point he can be like, let me go through my little gallery of abilities.
Yeah, let me just perform a
Remy
miracle
sounds
myself, the
pretty cool. Let's just
imagination,
imagine the
yeah.
whole world turning upside down if I want to. And the crazy part is that any ability that Remy could use with his shrift Yhwach would be able to do it even better with his spiritual pressure. It's also
Yeah, he's stronger,
confirmed in
isn't
the
he? So he can
manga
just
that Yhwach
amplify
is
it.
the only character that can actually keep Remy on a leash. And if you think him having access to every single shrift, the Miracle Shrift, Lily Barrow's, Asnot's Fear ability, Hushnor's
Jesus,
ability,
yeah.
Uryu's ability, if you think that's crazy, well, when Yhwach throws a tantrum at the end of the series, he's like, yo, I'm just gonna wave my hand and collapse every reality in Bleach. In fact, there is even a manga page that implies Yhwach was not just gonna collapse Hueco Mundo, the Soul Society's planet, the world of the living, and the ones that we're aware of. He was going to collapse the space around all of these different universes. And it does make
everything.
sense because
Just
having
into
the power
nothing.
that he already had, absorbing the Soul King, absorbing the Mimihagi, and then stealing powers from others and the Quincy, he's in a position where he may be above even Prime Soul King, because he's not just keeping everything together, he has absorbed even other beings too, while already being a character that's up there with full power, Yamamoto and Bankai that's transcendent. Pretty wild stuff.
It's insane.
When Yhwach was an infant, he would grant people power like baby Jesus, and in exchange, he would then gain bodily function and immense power back. This is how both Ichigo and Uryu's mothers passed away. He snapped his fingers and hit them with an orbital Quincy cannon. Think about this. He returned even after originally being defeated in the past, and his remnant still existed in the Soul Society after his death in the main story, claiming he would eventually respawn and come for Ichigo during his most peaceful moments. So, yeah, a pretty strong character, huh? How do you even beat someone like that?
Come on.
Especially when
How?
he was a villain that inherently had to be the next step in echelon to someone like Aizen, who he himself is so strong that people that don't even watch Bleach know that he's overpowered.
Yeah.
The very man who invented Yhwach didn't even know how to beat him properly. Well, luckily, you guys have me to tell you.
Oh, okay.
How to defeat
Here we
Yhwach.
go. This is gonna be
In
cool.
Bleach chapter 510. Yhwach states to Yamamoto that he visited Sasuke Aizen in the Mugen, while the fake Yhwach battled with him. In Bleach chapter 514, while Yhwach is fighting full-bring Bankai Ichigo, Yhwach claims by merely speaking with Aizen, who concealed his sword inside of his body, as he is now a transcendent being and one with his sword, has affected Yhwach with his Kyoka Soigetsu. If you remember, Aizen's Kyoka Soigetsu does not go away unless he turns it off himself.
Nope, not at all.
You know,
It's constantly working.
The Visors were actually still affected by this.
Yeah, they were. How many bloody years after, yeah?
Bleach chapter 683. Aizen uses his Kyoka Soigetsu to completely mess with Yhwach, who at this stage has already fused himself with the Mimihagi and Soul King, making Yhwach arguably again one of the strongest characters in the entire manga. Aizen, who is immortal and so unkillable that even the Sogyoku and Yhwach can't get rid of him, uses his immortality, mixed with his Kyoka Soigetsu, to create openings for Ichigo and Renji, while messing with Yhwach the entire battle. For whatever reason, Mr. Kubo has Aizen turn his Kyoka Soigetsu on and off, and near the end, this somehow allows Aizen to be absorbed by an off-guard attack, even though he could always just fool Yhwach again and move away from the attack. This would never land if he just kept the Kyoka Soigetsu on. It also doesn't seem to be the case that you can simply cancel out his Kyoka Soigetsu by touching the blade or even his body. It would actually be a de-evolution if you were to now have a larger area to affect on Aizen if that was the case. So the hand through the chest probably didn't disable the Kyoka Soigetsu. It seems more like the conversation they're having implies Aizen actually turned it off, and this was really bad because it gave Yhwach the split-second attack.
Yeah, like, it's such a stupid thing to do.
How he did in Karakura-town, this never happens. Aizen, in my version of the fight, is the keystone to victory.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I always thought that he should have been the one that should have won it.
To beat Yhwach, you simply write the story like this. Yhwach has fooled time after time while under the influence of Kyoka Soigetsu. Ichigo, Renji, Uryu, Grimmjow, Nelial, and all the remaining Shinigami will appear in a system. Grimmjow and Nel are there to protect Hueco Mundo. Tsukishima and Ginjo are there if needed. The remaining Shinigami who have finished their battles or were busy with the miracle now arrive. Ryuken and Ishin turn up near the end. Ryuken, who we've never seen fight before, would come to assist his son and would finally see what he can do in combat.
That would be cool, yeah.
A pretty good time for those characters to finally bond, and potentially a good time for backstory. Ishin would do the same, but this time we would finally see his Bankai, which was hyped up since the flashbacks of Everything But the Rain. The Bankai could be written to work well for this type of opponent or specific battle. Mr. Kuro can easily write it this way. This would also allow Ishin to attempt to get revenge on Yhwach, who stole Masaki from him, a narrative connection that goes all the way back to chapter 1 of the manga. We could also see things like
Grimjaw,
using
yes.
police forms. Who would complain about that, honestly? The remaining Shinigami using diversive attacks, which would also show how everyone is teaming up and surpassing the old ways of the Soul Society. This directly ties into Aizen joining them to defeat a common enemy, putting aside their differences. And Uryu, the one this arc was predominantly about, would be able to use his power, letter A, the antithesis. This would allow him to be one of the three major characters in this battle.
Cool.
Aizen and Uryu would be the main supports in this bot lane.
That'd be so sick to see.
As Ichigo will finally reveal what his Zabuto ability actually is, which Yhwach feared so much that he went out of his way to break his sword and would inevitably defeat him with this said Hack's ability, thanks to Aizen and Uryu. The miracle being absorbed still sucks, I won't deny. He definitely deserved a longer fight where he is defeated properly, but at least this way if the story is to continue in the same manner that it already did, we don't have the Silver Arrow cop-out that feels like it's taken straight from a 1970s vampire movie, and every character would also
it did
shine
feel quite contrived.
Yhwach. No matter how overpowered Yhwach is, as long as Aizen keeps his Kyokusuigetsu turned on, and everyone assists Ichigo, Aizen and Uryu, there is no way Yhwach can realistically win, because anytime he tries to alter the future, he wouldn't know what he is actually altering.
Yeah, because Aizen'd be like messing him up.
Why not reveal Aizen's Bankai in this battle?
Oh.
It'll be even stronger too, due to him having transcendent spiritual pressure. Yamamoto's Shikai and Bankai were amplified because of his transcendent spiritual pressure. So if Aizen had a reality warping Bankai that, transcends the five senses, or the ability to summon a rabbit, he could not only warp reality even more, but summon a rabbit probably like the size of the moon. There's a lot of people that are probably just going to knee-jerk say, well, Clyde, why would he need a Bankai when he's transcendent? He doesn't need a Bankai. So you're telling me that if he has a really Hack's ability, you don't want to see Aizen activate that said Hack's useful ability, right? You don't want to see him
come on. That would be so sick to see.
Spiritual pressure. That man Yamamoto's flames were so hot because of his transcendent spiritual pressure in Bankai that they weren't even visible. He had to lower the power of them to make them visible. Aizen also clearly describes how it works in his battle with Ichigo because he specifies, this is a Aikido from someone with transcendent spiritual pressure. It's pretty much like this. If Aizen's Bankai in the Soul Society means he can summon a cup of water, well, now he can summon a larger cup because he has transcendent spiritual pressure. There
are a very basic way of describing that.
In this battle with synergy to put Yhwach away. That is how you defeat the Quincy King, Yhwach.
I love it.
You show stuff that we've always wanted, show things that were never shown that should have been, give us a satisfying end of series fight that should have gone way longer, just like Aizen versus Ichigo, and at the same time, you don't upset the fans. If you enjoyed this video, help this video hit 10,000 likes. I'd really appreciate that. That'd be a cool goal. Subscribe if you're a fan of Bleach. Follow my Twitch in the description if you're a fan of Bleach, especially if you want to hear me talk about Bleach live and react to every episode as it drops every week. And have yourselves a great day.
Absolutely sick. Yeah, man. Just let Aizen just do his thing. I always thought that was going to be like the main thing at the time, but it was just like, nope. So yeah, I mean, I see what he's saying there. Like, if they want to make changes with the anime, that would be fun to see as well. Like, why not? But yeah, anyway, thank you to my patrons. If you want to have your name at the end of every video I upload, links in the description to the Patreon page. $1 a month is all I ask to support the channel. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys very much for that. And a very special thank you to Snidely Whiplash, who's currently donating $50 to the Patreon page. That's amazing. Thank you very much for that. And then thank you all for watching. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe, and leave comments down below. Let me know that you're watching this in future videos. And I'll see you guys next time.